Hi everyone, this is the 24th episode of Dalimss Podcast. Today there is a special guest with us, Miss Shikha Shah from Scrapshala. So Shikha ma'am, can you tell us about your journey and how you came up with the idea to start Scrapshala?
Hi, so we started Scrapshala in 2016. We started it from the balcony of my home, where my mother was basically the artisan and creator of the products, and I started to guide and help her to grow this as a business. And soon after 6 months, when we developed products at home and we could see the opportunity where people were interested to buy something which is made out of waste, which they were generating on a regular basis. We got few artisans who were GI index artisans of Varanasi, and then we got them to do the same work in a professional manner so that we could sell the product commercially. So we literally started Scrapshala from the balcony of our house with probably 200 empty beer bottles. And then in 2 years, we moved to a rented 4 BHK flat, and now we have a 2000 square foot workshop. So yeah, that's how we started.
Nice ma'am. What was one defining moment when you know Scrapshala was destined for success?
I was placed in IIT Madras 2 years before I came back to Varanasi in 2016. And before IIT Madras, I was working in Reliance Foundation, which is the CSR wing of Reliance Industries Limited. So I had traveled massively in the rural and semi-rural areas of India, researching on ground level problems which people were facing and how to solve these problems. So I saw waste management as a massive opportunity, because India as a country was generating massive amount of waste, scrap, and we were not seeing them as resources. And then I also moved to Auroville for a short duration, where I saw how an international community of people were developing products from waste. And that's when I felt that upcycling as a phenomena has a massive opportunity, and there were ample resources available in India for upcycling. And also upcycling could be practiced at household level without taking a massive investment. So I felt the idea was doable. It was solving a problem, and you could innovate. So I felt that was a recipe for success, and that's how we started.
Yes. If you could offer one piece of advice to our inspiring entrepreneurs, what would it would be?
I would say that, you have to get over this line that I can't do it. You have to be persistent. You have to be persistent in seeing a problem as an opportunity, and you also need to be persistent in finding a solution which is path-breaking, which can disrupt the common habits of human beings. So, you really need to be very sensitive, and you need to see a solution which people actually need, rather than developing a solution on your assumptions, because you feel you need a product might not be true that everybody for whom you're developing this kind of product needs it. So you really need to be very sensitive and very persistent and very smart in developing a solution which people actually need.
Ma'am, what is your craziest upcycled creation you have ever seen at Scrapshala?
We recently upcycled a 60-year-old ambassador car into a functional piece of a landscaping project, where we converted the car into sofa, and then we did a lot of artwork on the car using the hustle and bustle and culture of Varanasi. So that was one of the very interesting things we did, and it was a big project, so I would say that.
Yeah, how many people were there on the project?
So there were around 8 people who worked for a month from from de-rusting the car and then dismantling the internal parts of the car and then figuring out what paints would stay on the car, what kind of polish would stay on the car, how the car will become weather resistant. And because we were developing this car for a public park, so we knew a lot of people will interact with the car. So yeah, it took a long time, but we were very happy with the result.
How do you keep the passion for sustainability alive even on challenging days?
I feel that sustainability can really make your life simple, easy, and I aspire to be a minimalist with the consuming products, and I try to consume products in a sustainable manner. So I feel it really makes your life easier, and that's what keeps me going.
Ma'am, but what problems do you face? Majorly because अब recycling and सब में बहुत problems आती हैं. And I understand there are many challenges that you face on a very daily basis. तो कुछ जो आपके challenges हो आप highlight कराना चाहें?
I feel overconsumption is one of the major challenges which I faced and which I have seen a lot of my close friends and family facing, that we end up buying products which are cheap, thinking that we'll use it for a couple of months and then again buy a new product. Or I was conditioned to buying a lot of products during the sale season. Because I've seen my mother doing that, I've seen my friends, my immediate family doing that until last 4-5 years when I understood that, sale is more beneficial for the company who is putting the sale, because they are discarding their dead stock, damaged stock, cheaply produced products. So I feel when you move into sustainability and you start thinking, you consume less, you have less mess in your room, it just makes your life easier. You really need to try it to understand the benefits of having a sustainable lifestyle or using sustainable products. Or you can, watch a lot of documentaries which are available, which actually says how sustainability declutters your mind and your life.
I wish my wife watches this episode.
Ma'am, could you share your experience of getting to Shark Tank India?
I went to Shark Tank India in season 1 when it was very, very new concept for India. And honestly, we didn't even know. I and my mother went for Shark Tank to represent Scrapshala, and we didn't know who the sharks were.
उस टाइम तो कोई नहीं जानता था.
We didn't even know it 48 hours before the show. We only got to know it day before our pitch was to happen.
Did you approach them कि उन लोगों ने आपको approach?
No, they approach you. I don't know what people are saying these days now that season 4 is coming, that Shark Tank is approaching them. So of course they do a massive marketing where that companies can apply to Shark Tank India, or you might also receive emails from different startup communities saying that Shark Tank form is open and you can fill it. But when we applied in season 1, there was a lot of apprehension that Shark Tank original hai ya ye aise hi kuch aa raha hai. So and when they didn't even reveal the name of the shark, so people were even more doubtful that what kind of show it is, it's genuine or not. Till the first round got over and we got to know that Sony is doing this, and there were names which were out, but we were not sure that these are the sharks. And so you apply step by step. There is mostly 5 stages which you have to clear for applying Shark Tank. There is no fees, there is no broker, there is everything is taken care by Shark Tank India if you get selected, like your travel, your stay. So if anybody is telling you that I'll get you into Shark Tank, it's completely false. You have to apply to you have to clear all the 5 stages, and if you clear it, you go to Mumbai, and everything is sponsored nicely. It's just that it consumes 4-5 months of your year if you apply to a show like Shark Tank.
Okay, and pitch करने के लिए what is the process?
So moment you apply and you clear round 3, you are, asked to write your pitch and practice it and send videos to the Shark Tank Sony team mostly, which helps you refine your pitch to a level where it can be aired on television. So we need to understand that, Shark Tank has three stakeholders. One is Sony Television, one is Shark Tank India show, and third is, pictures like brands like Scrapshala or any other person who has pitched. So everybody has their own agenda. Sony TV wants to make it entertaining enough for people to see the show and have TRPs. Shark Tank India wants to get, sharks some good deals, and participants also some good funding, and then we go there mostly for marketing. So it is a marketing platform for pictures. So no matter you get aired, no matter you get a deal or no deal, if you get aired, that's the thing. So a lot of people take deals in Shark Tank just to get aired, because you know that if you have got a deal, you will 100% get aired. But people who don't get a deal and get aired, I think it's a massive thing for them, and it was a massive thing for us also, because it got us lot of validation.
But आपको कोई difference दिखा शार्क टैंक जाके air
Yes,
होने
yes,
के बाद
yes.
क्या difference था?
Massive difference. I think I would start by saying that, your own family starts validating you. It's not that you have started doing something new after appearing in Shark Tank India. It's just that you came to television and now everybody feels okay, now you're doing something. So your friends, your family, your community, your consumers, everybody starts valuing you. So, to come on a prime time 9 p.m. TV show in India is a very big thing. The way India has been conditioned. So coming in television, coming in newspaper, it all gives you a lot of credibility. And I'm not saying because you suddenly started doing something new. It's just the way, it's just the behavior people have, that, it's a marker for success if you, clear an exam, or if it's a more result oriented thing which our parents have been conditioned to rejoice now, that they can speak about to their friends that, okay, my daughter, my son appeared in Shark Tank. So, yeah.
Proud moment सबके
Yeah,
लिए.
yeah.
Okay, who's your favorite shark?
I like Vinita Singh and Anupam Mittal equally, because they have had their fair shares of failure, and they spent almost 9-10 years in building a brand, unlike what we hear today, that get a investor and build a brand in a couple of years. It never happens. Either you exit the company and make money, that's a different thing. Then of course you can do it in a couple of years if you raise funds and exit the company. But to really build a brand, it needs at least 8 to 10 years.
उससे भी ज़्यादा होता है.
Yeah, उससे भी ज़्यादा.
And laser focus 24/7.
Yes.
And you have to think about it 24/7.
Yes.
I mean, I think a lot of
100%.
people can connect to that. जो लोग अपना ब्रांड बिल्ड करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, आई थिंक एवरीवन विल कनेक्ट टू दैट.
Yes.
इट इज अ बिग टास्क. बहुत लोगों को लगता है कि बस 2-3 रील्स बना देंगे कुछ इस टाइप में आज के जमाने में,
Correct.
कि थोड़ा बहुत बस पोस्ट डाल देंगे, एंड दिवाली के दिन पोस्ट बना के डाल देंगे, होली के दिन लोगों को भेजेंगे हैप्पी होली ब्रांड का. दैट्स नॉट व्हाट इट
Absolutely
टेक्स.
No, these are more easy and doable things, so that's why people do.
And
get
nobody
a-
really cares anymore in such
Yes,
a बारे में, I think.
yes. So we, what you said, Mahir, we have stopped doing our Happy Diwali, Happy Holi post, because we know it's just another, it's another thing, another poster which is going to get deleted moment people sees the post. So, these are all very doable things, which people have started believing as recipe for a successful startup. You get a Canva Pro membership and you start creating these Happy Holi, Happy Diwali thing. You really need to spend a lot of.
मैं तो ब्लॉक कर देता हूँ ऐसे लोगों से
Yeah,
जो व्हाट्सएप पे करते हैं. देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल जो व्हाट्सएप पे हमेशा इस टाइप में करते रहते हैं, एंड देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल जो गुड मॉर्निंग मैसेजेस भी लिखना चालू कर देते हैं अपने ब्रांड के साथ. आई जस्ट ब्लॉक देम.
So you really need to, know your consumers, what they really need. You need to constantly upgrade your products to how your consumers want to use it. If you will see our journey, we still have the first product which we developed in 2016, just that we have upgraded the version. So,
What was it?
like if we were developing a hand-painted beer bottle, we have started using completely eco-friendly paints. We have started using paraffin wax, lot of quotations over the same product to make its life more durable. We have started making our products more functional. So, if you will check our post from 2016 to what we have developed now, a lot of products we have just made 8-9 versions of it, which are completely designed based on consumer feedback. So I think you need to stick to one thing and continue it. You can't feel that anybody has said you that it's been 4 5 years and still you know you're not a unicorn. It's bullshit. I think you really need to spend. You check big businesses like Tata, Birla. You have to go and read their stories, or Nestle. You know, Maggie. How Maggie became Maggie. It was not a overnight thing. Like, you know. So you need to do your research. You need to be very persistent with what you're developing, and then you develop a brand. Otherwise, it's just a discount offer. Like, you know, somebody's will go to a very recently, developed app called as InDrive. Now people are not using Ola and Uber; they're using InDrive because InDrive is giving you massive discounts. So
मैंने नहीं सुना सर.
yeah, so there's this new app in Drive where you can negotiate with the driver on the app, and
फोन करेगा.
yeah.
Okay. I use Blue Smart. सबसे अच्छा तो मुझे वही लगा.
I
EV
haven't heard of Blue Smart. So that's what
green emissions only EV cars. It's very nice.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. See, I can enter a product market space by giving discount, and maybe I will acquire few customers, but they will never stay with me because, you know, I just gave them offer.
और कोई discount
Yes,
करेगा.
yes. So Uber is still there since last 10-15 years because it has developed a model. It knows that, you know, discounts is not a way to have repeated customers.
I think अब तो जैसे Zomato and Swiggy, even they've stopped giving so many
Yes,
discounts.
yes,
पहले
yes.
तो होता था कि हर चीज पे कूपन
Yes.
कोड and they had spoiled customers.
Yes.
अब तो उन्होंने भी छोड़ दिया है.
Yes.
अच्छा, how does one keep their team motivated?
See, I think building a team, you really need to be very transparent. I'm talking about a startup culture because, startups don't work like MNCs or corporates where everybody has a guardrail that you only have to write A, you can't write B. In a startup, since everybody is working closely with each other and everybody is seeing what other member of the startup is doing, you need to keep things very transparent. And you can also look at ESOPs, which is a very inclusive system where you can give shares to your dedicated team employees, so they also feel part of the company. And
I think Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities achieve what.
yes. And also you can, give your team members equal amount of visibility and credibility, and not only founder has to go everywhere and represent the company. So yeah, I think, and then you can also develop policies which are more inclusive, seeing what kind of age groups work in your company as an employee and what kind of limitations they have. So I think like sexual harassment policy, if somebody is expecting to become a parent, you have to make it inclusive.
Of course.
Yeah.
अब आजकल तो, and I think these are really good positive changes
Yes,
also.
yes.
And these are जो ज़्यादा चीज़ें आपने mention की, they were much needed in the
Yes,
startup ecosystem and कोई भी organizational
Yes,
ecosystem. Okay, I have one last Shark Tank question for you. What do you think about that Doglapan man?
I don't know I should comment on it or not, because I truly feel that nothing is wrong and right. Everybody, has their own perspective to do things. But yes, how Ashneer Grover dealt with many pictures in Shark Tank India didn't feel right to viewers and even to co-contestant. Like, I know few people very closely who were insulted on the show. So I think you might dislike somebody, but you should be very careful with the words you choose, and especially when it is getting aired on television. Like I said, that you develop credibility by coming on television if everybody is speaking good about you. Similarly, people might start distrusting you if you are negatively portrayed on a platform like television. So I feel that he could be more careful with his words. Otherwise, I think what he did was quite doglapan, like you said. He was supported by so many people when he built Bharat Pay, and I'm assuming that he was not discouraged or spoken very badly while he started. So he could have repeated the same with many of the contestants who still feel very bad that they went to Shark Tank India. So we have a Shark Tank WhatsApp community where till season 1 from season 3 we have all the contestants and we regularly catch up with each other. So I personally know many brands who are still very, very upset about how their pitch was aired on the show and how it has negatively damaged their business since last 2-3 years since they got aired. So yeah, I think
Well, entertainment के लिए he said, I think
yes,
कुछ भी.
yes.
I think it was entertainment driven.
See, like I said,
कुछ भी
that
मतलब
Shark Tank India में Sony always tries to ensure that contestant की pitch entertaining हो. Plus, of course, Sharks also get few guidelines कि आप ऐसे questions पूछो which might entertain people and they should not get bored. So all the other sharks were also entertaining, equally entertaining. Aman has his own way of entertaining people. Anupam sir has his own way. So Ashneer also could have chosen a more positive way to entertain people rather than, doing it at stake of somebody's reputation.
चलिए moving on now, he's no more there.
Can you share a heartwarming stories of how Scrapshala has positively impacted on someone's life?
So I would like to share a story of our artisans, few of our artisans. Many of the artisans who joined us in 2016 came from Prajapati community in Varanasi, which is mostly painting community. And when they joined us, they had these Nokia small phones with them. They didn't have WhatsApp, and when we used to talk to them, it became very difficult because everything we have to print and give them papers to design products, dimensions. And by 2018, we had around 12-13 artisans working with us full time, and everybody had smartphones. Everybody was on a WhatsApp group which we had internally built for communicating with the artisans, and everybody could exchange audio notes and they could share the product pictures if they had any difficulty in designing the product with the dimensions of the product. I think it was a life-changing experience for us and for them that now we had a tool called as WhatsApp for communicating, and it reduced our carbon footprint also. And we are so happy for these artisans. Many of them are not working with us, but whenever we meet them, whenever they come to office, they are very happy with the technology that got upgraded for them while working with Scrapshala. And I think it was a massive thing to see their families now. Their kids also use phone, and they're seeing a lot of educative content. So mostly you will see rural community using smartphones for entertainment. They will recharge for 20-30 rupees, probably download a movie and watch. But what we have done with our artisans is, we have told them that internet is also for growth and education. So we are very happy that, they are making positive use of internet.
I actually did kind of the same thing. मेरी जो बॉब जिम वाली जो टीम है उन लोग को दिस वाज वे बैक आई थिंक जो पूरा उस टाइम था 2017-18 वाला एरा सो जितने लोग थे जितने स्टाफ जिनके ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट फोन्स थे वी टुक देयर फोन्स वी गेव देम स्मार्टफोन्स एंड उन लोग को पूरा पॉजिटिव चीजें सिखाई टू एंड वी टोल्ड देम कि इसमें ऐसी चीजें यूडेमी के थ्रू यू कैन लर्न एंड यूडेमी पे हिंदी कोर्सेज ये सब भी हैं उनको कहा गया था इससे पढ़ाई करें सब करें एंड इन द एंड वो लोग सिर्फ टिकटॉक देखने लगे थे So we took the phones back.
Oh. So yeah, it depends.
This is a real story.
Yeah.
फिर TikTok भी बैन हो गया अब तो reels है.
Yeah. See, it all depends, like, how badly somebody wants to upgrade their own lives. So if somebody just wants to stick to entertainment TikTok, it's good for them. But if you can upgrade somebody's life by, teaching them about internet, what the whole thing is about, it can massively change it. Of course.
What is the most ambitious dream you have for Scrapshala's future?
So we have moved Scrapshala as an online e-commerce shop now, and we are also selling our products on a lot of marketplaces. So I feel that in next 2 years, if we can become one of the biggest D2C brands for upcycle products, that would be one of the greatest achievements.
And I think आपकी trajectory से you can achieve it really easily.
Yeah, let's see.
मतलब ग्राफ के हिसाब से
Scrapshala seems to have a magical touch in building community. What is the secret sauce behind that?
I think while building a community, you really need to take out the aspect of making money out. Like, you need to give more and take less. Like, community building is all about listening to your consumers and let them freely talk without putting guardrails. And community building, is more about making an open platform for similar-minded people to talk freely, and you can assist them with developing a product or a service for which you have built a community, and you really need to do it free of cost. So I will just give a small example of how we developed a community in India for upcycling. We started in 2017 with spot fixing activities where we would make a dirty spot as a beautifully hand painted spot where at least 200 to 300 people would join us, and this was not a planned event. Like, people would just join us seeing that somebody is doing a thing which they might be interested to do, and they would just probably stop from their morning walk routines and spend a couple of hours in painting a wall. So this is how you develop a community. There's no money involved. Like, there's no money which you are giving to your community. There's no money your community is giving to you. It's just coming together for a common motive where everybody can freely express themselves.
So my next question is कि what's the one question जिससे आप एकदम tired हो गई है that people keep asking you about Scrapshala?
I think one question which I'm really tired of is that ये तो scrap से नहीं बना है. So there are a lot of products which we develop out of sustainable material, which are designed so that when you discard those products, there is no new scrap created. There is no new trash created. For example, if you're creating bamboo toothbrushes. So bamboo toothbrush is not made out of scrap. It is made out of bamboo grass, which is which is a very fast growing grass. And so bamboo toothbrush is not made out of scrap. So when we developed our product line, it never said that everything will be developed from scrap. We only work on 9 categories of waste material, which are mentioned clearly on our brochures, our website, and remaining products which are there are developed from sustainable materials so that when you discard them, it completely becomes earth and it doesn't create any new trash. So, a lot of people message us or ask us that, how come this product is in your catalog? It is not made out of scrap. Or people will keep asking, कि इसमें क्या scrap है? So, this is all a very superficial question because you never go and read the description of the products, and, you have to see that Scrapshala as a brand name, we always kept the brand name Scrapshala so that we can work on waste management as a vision and not just developing products out of waste, because we are developing products which are very high quality, which are sturdy, good looking. So you can't work with all categories of waste. For example, if you're throwing a banana peel into a dustbin, you can't expect me to make a product out of banana peel. Right now, we don't have an expertise to do that. So I think the brand name Scrapshala has really, put this question on us that कौन से scrap से क्या बना हुआ है. So I feel that we would want people to go and read how we have designed a product, what is the end life of that product, and how it is related to our brand name, and then probably put up a question.
अच्छा, हम सब लोग के घरों में बहुत ज्यादा जनरल वेस्ट एंड ट्रैश होता है. सो इन योर ओपिनियन, हाउ कैन यू क्रिएटिवली रिसाइकिल आवर ट्रैश और जनरल वेस्ट?
So if I talk about top 5 things which go in Indian household dustbins, it is empty glass bottles. It could be from your kitchen, from your bar, or from things you're consuming on regular basis. Then there is plastic wrappers. Then there is food waste. So these are, I think, top 3 things. And then there could be other things also like e-waste, batteries, chargers, mobile phones, etc. So I would say that you can, about food waste, you can 100% compost it. Like, it is very doable. It doesn't require a lot of money, and it is waste to wealth. Like, you can compost your food waste into fertilizer and compost, and easily just grow your plants into it. So that is one of the top doable things to do at home. And then second would be plastic wrappers. So plastic wrappers, you can, if you are in a city where plastic segregation is being done by the municipal corporation, please segregate your plastic waste in a separate dustbin and give it to municipal corporation. If you're not in a city where systems are well defined, then you can give it to an NGO or a brand like ours, where we take your plastic waste and develop products out of it. And the last thing which you can do is that you can make eco bricks out of plastic waste, which is another very easy thing which you can do. You can easily search how to make a eco brick on internet and see. And then I would come to bottles. So glass is a very, very good material. It is a neutral material to store your liquids, or to use it as a multi-purpose storage device. So I feel every time you throw a glass bottle, you can probably think of putting it in your washroom with a money plant in it. So that is the most easy thing to do. If you have a business, you can, just give it to your office employees as an award. Like, if you're doing monthly awards or weekly awards for your own office employees, you can just take a beautiful glass bottle, put some water, maybe paint it, and add a money plant and give it to your employees. So I feel that every time you throw a glass bottle, just go to Pinterest and see how to reuse a glass bottle, and it is also doable. It doesn't require any resources. It doesn't require any money. So yeah.
Okay, what's one book you think everyone should read?
I think if you're looking for self-growth, you can go for Atomic Habits. That is one of my favorite books. Very well written book with practical steps on upgrading your life and your daily routine and habits. And if you're trying to grow spiritually, I think Autobiography of a Yogi is a very good book. I have been referring to that book since last 3 years, since I first read that book. And
My wife's favorite
yes,
book.
yes, yes. So
She's
I
read it a multiple. I think she's read it I think 5 to 6 times.
every time you read that book, you can take out new meanings.
That's awesome.
And being from Banaras, it has lot of correlations to Banaras. So I think you're going to enjoy it more if you're from a spiritual city like Varanasi.
Okay, one message, one message you have for everyone watching this podcast.
I would say that watch this podcast, watch all the episodes which is being developed on this podcast channel, and yes, pick up a sustainable habit, smallest sustainable habit that you can do in your life, like probably, switching your plastic toothbrushes or carrying a reusable bag while you go out for shopping. So just take a small step and see the massive impact it has on you, your family, your children.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.